Good morning, St. Clair. I'm Mason.
And I'm Sebastian. Today is December 3rd, 2018.
This is the Bulldog Breakdown, where we break down what's going on at St. Clair High School.
First up, we speak with Officer Wells about the new door security.
We set alarms on doors that we feel that are not used as often as others. We have 25 doors in 2 buildings. So when we have that many doors and that many students using doors, it was hard for us to provide safety and security for all the students because they were just wandering everywhere. So we got together, we met, the school administration, everybody, and we said, which doors should we be using so we can help keep the students safer? Because then the doors that are getting propped open, left unlocked, is notifying us. And if we have a door that should not be used as a normal door, then it notifies us that the alarm goes off and notifies us that door has been opened. What it does is it helps us keep all the students where we can all help each other. It provides safety and security. You have a greater success of numbers when everybody's in one spot. A couple of us can help supervise that location. When you have everybody spread out everywhere, going out different doors, different buildings, some doors are going out, doesn't even have a sidewalk, it was nothing but mud sometimes. That's not safe. So we evaluate those doors that were most often used by the students, and now we got everybody using those doors. We can help maintain safety and security for those students by observing that location. Your school administration, myself, your superintendent's office, all met and we evaluated the maps, the doors that are most often used and the doors that are not used, and the doors that were not the safest. We have a door over at the auditorium building. You walk out it's nothing but mud sometimes. That door should not be used unless it's an emergency. Those doors still do work in an emergency. We're just trying to do the regular, routine, normal pattern of school environment to be using only certain doors. If there is an emergency, you can still use that door. Your teachers are still going to use those doors during drills, if there is an emergency or anything like that. If there's an emergency and that door goes off and they're calling 911 at the same time, it's going to reduce the amount of time that I could respond. So if I have an alarm going off at the door in the gray hallway and I have a teacher who has an emergency, we're going to get multiple notifications that we have a problem. Which ones we could observe easier by utilizing what we already have. The staff that we have, the SRO, the visiting police officers, if we're using these doors, and this is a normal practice, commonly used door, then we know we can start looking at patterns and what to expect from everybody there. But we have installed stickers on the doors. They're right below the door handle. It will notify you that there's an alarm on that door. So if you're approaching a door, it's got the alarm on it, don't open it. It's going to set off an alarm and it's going to notify us that door has been opened. It'll also notify us if it's been propped open or anything like that, left unlocked or anything like that. So you'll see the ones. Now the main doors like A2 under the breezeway, of course that doesn't have alarm on it because that's a door a lot of people use. But then you go right over here to what is it, A4, A5, yeah, and then you have an alarm on it, and then why? Well, because that's not a normal door that was always commonly used. But just in a few steps down the hall or up into the cafeteria, we have doors that were always being used. So let's use those doors. It just helps us keep everybody where we can keep them safe.
Lexi Guerra from the yearbook gives us information about senior ads.
Hi, I'm Lexi Guerra and I'm from Yearbook. We just want to let you know if you haven't already purchased a senior ad, your letters and pictures are due by December 20th to have them featured in the yearbook. However, we are currently sold out of senior ad space at this time. If you have any questions, please contact Ms. Moore in room L210.
You can pick up final exemption forms from the guidance office.
And now, Trey Tinker with sports.
Today we speak with the wrestling staff and ask them their opinions on the addition to the News girls team.
It's exciting. This is the first year that MSHA approved girls wrestling in Missouri. So we have 5 or 6 girls that came out.
We're excited. We consider ourselves all one team, obviously, but when it comes to district and state, you know, they won't be competing against other boys. You know, it's a little bit complicated to see how this is working. This is a new thing in the state. We're the 9th state in the country to add girls wrestling championship.
Well, from the beginning, they've just been so accepting of all the girls that have been there.
I don't know that there was much of a change. I mean, we have 4 girl managers on our team every year, and that's exactly the way we look at it. They're on our team. They help us in every way. They're not managers for the team. They're managers on the team. So the guys are used to having girls around. It's just now that every once in a while they'll be scrapping with one. So it's been fine. I mean, actually, I think it's done a lot for our morale. Kind of brought everybody's excited about it.
And for the limited amount of practices that they've had, they've showed tremendous success so far, and we're really excited.
This first 2 years since it's been implemented, during the regular season, girls will have some all-girls tournaments they'll compete in, and then they'll also have opportunities to compete. Like last night, we had girls in our varsity lineup wrestling against boys. That'll do that for 2 years, and then after that, it's going to be completely separated. There'll be full girls teams wrestling, all-girls dual schedule and all-girl tournament schedule.
I think it's going really good. The coaches say that I'm looking really tough.
He was real pleased how aggressive they are and how passionate they seem to be, because that's what it's all about. You know, I tell them all the time. I tell any wrestler that's just starting out. You know, it's the oldest sport in the world. There's so much to learn. But one thing that you all have walking in the door is that ability to fight. You have fight or flight in your body, and your body's going to react one or two ways. So you all have it. And within the rules, you bring that fight out, and then eventually the technique and skills will come. But yeah, our girls have been, you know, right there with everybody else as far as picking things up at a good pace and trying things new that they've never tried before. But mainly what I really like about them, and really our whole team, is they're just scrappy kids, and they want to compete. You know, and that's what we're looking for now. For people that dread competition, that worry about the outcome, we want kids that are excited about getting out there to perform, and these kids do that.
It's going really well. We have a good group of kids that are coming through. We're still trying to recruit more kids, so if there's any kids in the high school level, boys or girls, we would love to have them and come out as soon as possible.
We'll see you next time on the Bulldog Breakdown.